Hi friends, and welcome to Paulina Art. Today I'm going to be showing step by step how to paint this pet rock, this cute frog. I'm going to show you how to prep the rock, how to do the sketch, and how to paint it. If you would like to see how I painted this pet rock, stay with me and let's paint together. I found this beautiful rock during my morning walk. It looks like a big potato, brown in color, but I think this would make a perfect pet rock. I used to purchase my rocks at Amazon or Michael's, but now I like to find the rocks myself. I cleaned the rock a little bit with my hands when I picked it up, but I'm going to scrub it with running warm water and just a brush. This shape of rock that look almost like a potato or an egg make beautiful pet rocks. Okay, I'm going to scrub this with warm water. My goal is to get all the dirt out of the rock, and now I'm going to let this rock dry. I'm very happy with this one. Think it's gonna make a gorgeous pet rock. Okay, here is the rock. It's dry now. I'm working with the Magicfly acrylic paint. I did a review on this acrylic paint. I'm going to leave a link up here so you can see it. This paint is great for crafts. I really like using it to paint rocks. I painted some tote bags using Magicfly. I'm going to link it up here as well. Okay, so I like to start with a black base coat. Of course, you can use whatever base coat you want, but for the purpose of today's video and what I'm working on now, which is mainly critters that you would find in the garden, like frogs, geckos, turtles, I like to start with a black coat because I find the critter really pops on the black rock. This is a small frog called Rodney. I name all my pet rocks. This colorful rock with gold accents is Roger. I painted this nice big frog. This is Fred. And I put gold accents or silver accents just to make them look very pretty. And after you're done, this make great decorations for your garden, your patio, and even gifts this time of the year. Now I'm going to paint a frog on this one. I'm going to start by doing my base coat with black acrylic paint. I'm going to pour some acrylic on foil paper because then I can just wrap the foil and throw it in the garbage. And I'm using a filbert brush, a flat brush with round edges. You can use any brush you have really, and any acrylic paint you have. Okay, so I'm just going to simply put the black acrylic paint on one side. I'm going to cover as much as I can, and then I'm going to let it dry and do the other side. Now this rock is sitting on a plastic tablecloth. It's pretty stained, as you can see. It's my painting cloth, and I find this is the best thing to put the rocks. I used to place them on top of foil paper or newspapers or paper towels, but sometimes the paper would get stuck to the paint and then it's hard to get it out. So the plastic tablecloth works the best. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my base coat and then gonna let it dry and paint the other side of this rock. And once the base coat is done, I'm going to let it completely dry, maybe for an hour or so. Okay, I will see you when this is nice and dry. the rock is dry. I painted the rock on both sides. I'm going to paint on this side because this is the smoother side. Here there's holes and things like that, which is fine. Because I use black acrylic paint as my base, I'm going to sketch the frog with white chalk. I'm going to use this frog as an idea on how I'm going to paint it on here. Just because I feel here it's wider, it's a good place where I'm going to place the legs of the frog. I looked at a lot of frogs online, real frogs, just to get an idea of the anatomy of the frog, and did a few drawings of frogs just to get the idea of the anatomy. So this is a good idea to practice before you go on the rock. They don't have to be perfect. They can be fun and cute, or they can be more realistic. For mine, I want a combination of both. I want the proportions and all that to be realistic, but also I want them to be fun with the colors, the color combination and such. Okay, I'm going to bring the camera close to the rock. This is the foot of the tripod, which is holding my camera. Okay, so I'm going to start by doing the body of the frog. And I want the body to cover pretty much the whole rock. And the body, we're going to simplify things. The body is just an oval. So that's what I'm doing with the white chalk. Of course, if you paint your rock a different color, you might want to use different color chalk if the rock you painted lighter. So I'm doing an oval like this. The nice thing about chalk is you can always erase what you don't want, that easy. Now looking at this frog that I'm going to use as my model, I see that the head is almost half of the body. Not quite, half of the body is here, but almost half of the body. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to place the head right here, like that. Okay, and then the middle of the frog is going to be in here. I'm going to start doing this line so the frog looks proportionate. The eyes of the frog are going to be on this area. So I'm going to do an eye here. And then the other one, we're just going to see it from the side like this. And then the face becomes more pointy in there. Then I'm going to bring it down and up again. And the same here, in and up again like that. Okay? So I have the body. Now the arms are going to come from this line. I'm going to draw the arm here. Like that. I can always correct my drawing later. And then the fingers, they have 3 fingers. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Just like that. And here, I'm going to do this arm coming down a bit like this. And like that, almost hugging the rock, like that. And then 3 fingers, which I'm just doing 3 lines like this. Okay. Okay, let's do the legs. The legs come from this area. And frogs have long legs. So I'm going to do it like this. And it's folding there. And then the foot, half of the foot is going to be hiding. And the foot has three toes. And they are longer than the ones on the hand. Like that. Okay, there's one leg there, and then the other one is going to come out from here. Like this. And then again, I'm going to put the 3 toes here. Okay. I'm going to elongate the body just a little bit like that. And this is how the frog is going to look like. Okay, simple. And here there's going to be a line. I'm going to decorate this frog with some nice detailing like that. And then there's going to be a line coming in the center, and this helps shape the frog. Okay, this is all I'm doing as far as the drawing goes. For painting rocks, you're going to need a variety of small brushes because it's fine detail. I don't normally like to do fine detail, but these rocks require that. So you can have round brushes, a liner brush for sure, maybe a small filbert brush. I'm now going to use another color from the Magicfly acrylic paint set. This one is called Light Apricot, and it's a perfect color to do the base of the frog. I find that if it has a bit of color, works better than using white. You can use any unbleached titanium, which has light beigey color. This is Artist Love from Michaels. Basics has 1, 2, or a similar color to this. And I'm going to use this liner brush. I wet my liner brush, remove the excess water, and with this light apricot color, I'm going to go over the drawing that I did. But I'm not going to paint everything. I'm still going to leave the lines so I know what my design is going to be. So I'm going over the drawing I did with chalk. And I can always do corrections in here. And don't worry if you make a mistake. We can go over with the black and correct any mistakes. Now for the fingers, I just do a dot and I pull the paint. Always the middle one is longer. And you can cover the areas we're going to paint. See, I made a little mistake in there, but that's no problem. I can go over with my base coat of black. I'm going to show here where I'm going to do a black line in the center of the body. Okay, I'm going to paint the leg. Frogs have big feet. And here's the toes. Same as the fingers. I'm going to do a dot and pull, a dot and pull, and a dot and pull. Now I'm going to leave some lines here that it's going to show me where my drawing is. I'm not going to paint just a whole blob with this. This kind of gives me an idea where the foot is going to be, how it's going to look. This is my base coat for the body. If I go ahead with my colors on black, they are not going to be as bright as I want them to be because of the black base coat. And this doesn't have to be perfect by any means. Just a basic base coat. Okay, I'm gonna do this arm. Their arms, don't make them too thick. They have thin arms and chubby bodies. And the last leg. The basic idea of the frog is here now. Make sure both arms and legs are about the same width and thickness. Okay, I'm going to pick up some of the black acrylic paint now, and I can always correct, because this is the base. I can always correct mistakes here. I can make the arm thinner. This one is too big. I'm going to thin it out a little bit here. Like that. Okay, and I'm going to do the details too, just so I know where everything is, doesn't get lost. So the eyes, to make sure the eyes are parallel here. Then I'm going to do a black line here, just a decorative line that some frogs have. And in the center, I'm going to do a line too. This one can be white later on. Some frogs have a black line and white in the middle. I mean, you can be as creative as you want. Just look at a lot of photos of frogs to get inspired. If the fingers are too thick, you can fix them too. I like the fingers to be nice and thin, like the frogs have them. Like that. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry. This has to be completely dry before I go in with the other colors. Okay, the frog is pretty much dry. I've let it sit for about a half an hour, and I'm going to start adding fun colors like the colors here on Roger. I'm going to bring into play these neon colors from Artist Loft. This is Michael's brand. This one is neon yellow. I have metallic yellow, neon pink, metallic blue, and I have gold. At this point, you can be as artistic and creative as you want, or as realistic as possible. I don't have green, so I'm going to mix my own green with the metallic blue and the neon yellow. And I'm also going to add accents with pink. I'm going to move to a small round brush. I want a nice, happy, bright green with lots of yellow. I can even put a little drop of white in there just to make it even brighter. I'm going to start painting the head. I'm going to do the limbs and the head in a green, and then the body with more color. Now this is just what I'm doing. This is the time for you to have fun and play with your colors, your options, and don't worry about making a mistake. At any point we can correct. That's the beauty of acrylic paint. Neon yellow. I'm just going to start dotting the colors. Dotting some of that neon yellow. Want this frog to be super happy and colorful. Really pop. And I have here the neon pink. And I'm playing with these colors, adding whatever, just to make this frog super cute and colorful. I'm going to use the liner brush, and with the neon yellow, I'm going to add the fingers here. And the same way, I'm going to add a nice big dot and just pull it into the hand. These bright colors really makes the frog pop from the rock. We can add some of the lighter colors in the middle too, just to give the frog more dimension. I'm adding some yellow with white, and I can add some at the top here, a bit of a highlight. The highlights will make the frog pop from the rock. I'm going to add the eye. It's a little dot in there. I'm mixing a darker green just by adding more blue to my previous mix. This can add some shadows. Also, the shadow and light will add more dimension. Can add the shadows towards the bottom of the frog. Towards the belly and on the sides. On the legs here, can add some shadows. All this will start bringing the frog alive. And with a damp brush, I'm going to blend a bit here. It's so easy to work with acrylic paint. I love it. I'm going to use this nice dark sap green from the Magicfly acrylic paint set. I'm just using these colors because I have them. You can use whatever colors and acrylic paint you have at home. And I'm just adding some definition to the frog, just on the edges, a little bit of this darker green. And again, I'm going back and adding more bright colors. I'm not sure what happened there. I put some black, I guess. Okay, we're going to add more highlighting here. Going to make this line more green than black, adding some of the sap green. And then I'm just going to dab to blend it a bit so it's not so harsh. Going to redo this line here. This looks cute on the frog. I'm going to add white dots. I've seen some frogs that have all these pretty stripe like this. I'm going to be keep playing with the colors until I'm happy with the frog. And once all this is dry, I can add some gold accents. If the colors are cold, like blues and turquoise, I like to add silver accents. But when I have more of a warmer palette with greens and yellows, I like to add a gold accent. Okay, this is how the frog is looking. Sometimes you need to wait for it to dry and apply more coats to get the vibrant colors. But I like it. I think it's looking nice. And I have some of the gold paint on my round brush, and I can add some touches of gold. I mean, I don't have a specific area, but just a few touches of gold like this that will make it shine when it's sitting on your patio, on your deck. Just a bit like that. Makes it look special. After you're happy with your pet rock, pick up some black and clean up any areas that you think they need. Like sharpen the corners of the legs, of the body. And make sure there's no off-white popping from the base coat. Make sure the face looks good. You can sharpen the edges a little bit. I'm using a filbert brush here. And you want to let this dry before you apply varnish. Let it dry overnight. To varnish the pet rocks, I'm using the Ceramcoat Delta Creative varnish. This is exterior and interior varnish. It seals the rock, gives them a beautiful shine. And what I do is I apply 3 coats. I let it dry a couple of hours between coats, and then the pet rock will be protected. This varnish gives the rock this beautiful glow. I also sign the rocks at the bottom with a silver Sharpie, and then I varnish the bottom of the rock as well. I'm going to let this dry overnight before I varnish this frog, and I will show it to you once it's fully varnished. I always name my pet rocks. Leave me in the comments below a cute name that you think I should name this frog. Okay, my friends, this cute pet rock is completely done and varnished. Please let me know in the comments below if you would like me to do a different pet rock. Also, don't forget to leave a cute name for this pet rock. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something new. If you like this video, please give it a like, comment below, share with your friends, and subscribe to this channel if you don't want to miss any future content from me. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one.